That's the tension and strain, right? The reason that we're struggling mentally is because there is that separation of what happened. Where if you're trying to practice non-judgment a lot of times, there is no issues, okay? Because it's not your take on what happened. And the biggest thing is, do you have to judge something to know what's helpful and not helpful?
Sorry, what was the question?
Do you have to judge something to know if it's helpful or not helpful?
Well, I guess maybe when I hear the word judge, I hear the word analyze or review.
Yeah,
So I don't know how I could not review something and learn from it.
okay, so that's a great point. So I would argue that you don't need to judge, meaning label it as good or bad or like or dislike to know if it helps you. You watch the cause, you watch consequence. You do something, you watch what happens. You don't do something, you watch what happens. I don't think you need to label it as good or bad. You can label it as helpful or not helpful, or just watching cause and consequence. I would argue that that is a much more productive way of seeing than judging, because it's trying to get you away from that labeling of good or bad.
So more sort of like sticking to the facts. Like, I missed the putt left.
Yes.
I missed the putt right.
Yes. Because
That's
we'll,
a bad putt.
yes, okay, because we'll learn. So all of this, if we break it down, it's stemming from the ego, and the ego is our perception of ourselves. The ego is what causes more judgment. Judgment causes more thoughts, and the thoughts are what cause more feelings, right? So when we're having fear, anxiety, this stems from the thought about the judgment that you had of the event, where if we cut out judgment altogether, you're going to have less overthinking thoughts and you're going to have less emotional responses to the judgment you made. And it's not going to be perfect. Judging is just ingrained in how humans are. But if we can start to train ourselves to be more non-judgmental, just seeing situations as they are, you're going to have more choice in how you respond to what's going on. Effortlessness, is this a term that you've heard other coaches use before? Being effortless when you golf? Okay, so like, so I'm a basketball player. So Stephen Curry, do we know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, he's very effortless when he shoots the basketball. It doesn't look like he's trying very hard. When we're not effortless, there's strain and there's tension. And like I said, judgment is what separates an event. And that's what causes all the tension and the strain and the issues, because it's not in line with the way you want it to be. And that's what causes the rabbit hole of things not going as well as you want them to. So you're actually going to play more effortless when we take on that non-judgmental perception or that mindfulness, trying to see it as it is, not how I want it to be. Are we all somewhat on the same page? Okay, cool.